Hello everyone, this is the sixth video of developing an entire eShop web application. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create the home page of this e-commerce web application. So we'll be using HTML, Bootstrap and a little bit of PHP to include reusable components like headers and footers into this page. So if you're learning full stack web development or just want to build your own online store, this video is really perfect for you. So let's get started. So accordingly, you can see this is our sign in page. So for this, we need to give an email that you have already registered through this, which means we have to use an email which we have already stored in the database. So now I'll show you my database and let's take an email from there. So this is my database. So from this, I'm going to use an email, any email. Maybe I'll use this one and copy it and then go back to my sign in page and paste it. So here we need to give the same password as well that we have used here. So this is the password. I have used some random zeros. And let's go back to this page and paste the password and then let's sign in. Yeah, when you sign in, this is the home page. This is the page that you are coming. So now I'm going to explain you how I have designed this page. You can see we have a greeting called hi and also the name that you entered, and then we have the sign out, then help and contact. Then we have a logo, then a search bar. So we have these three options as well, and then we can search. So since this is just a design, there is no any process that happens. So I'll be explaining you how to do this process using JavaScript in the next video. So we have the advanced search as well. So even though we click on this, there is nothing, actually no reaction. It's because there is no functions called to this, since this is just a design. And you can see we have a carousel here which changes pictures and then the products. So for now I have only added some mobile phones, some details of mobile phones, just buttons. Say add to cart and then just lights. And finally you can see the footer. So in this footer we have given this copyright, then the icons, the contact details, etc. So here also we have some options. When you click on this, you can say we can go to my profile, my sellings, my products, the watch list, purchase history, messages, and contact admin. So now I'll show you how this code is. So let's go to our VS Code. When you come to the VS Code, you can see this is my home.php file. I'll explain you from the beginning. So first I have started with our HTML boilerplate. That's a foundation of every web page. You can see I have used doctype HTML, then the head tags. Inside the head tags I have this meta tags and the title, home, eShop. Then I have linked a few files, the bootstrap.css and bootstrap.icons. Then the style.css. And then also I have created this icon so that when we go to our particular page, the icon that displays will be the icon we already have in the head tag. So again we came back to our home.php file. So again, if I explain you what these tags are. So inside the head tags, we have included the meta tags as I told you earlier. So one for charset UTF-8 so that the page supports all the characters. So another for viewport to make our site responsive, meaning It really looks great on both mobile and desktop. So we use this to make our website responsive. So then we have the title tag, which means to display the names of our pages. So that's the main reason why we use the title tag. So it's easy for us to understand and also to recognize which page does this belong to. So as I told you, after that we have linked our bootstrap.css, then icons, then style.css to custom our own page by our own, right? And then let's move to the future part. So here we have the body tag. So inside the body tag, we have the entire design. So I'll explain you from one by one. So here, from the body, we start by using the bootstraps container fluid and row classes. This helps us to make the responsive grid layout according to the bootstrap rules. Then we have used a PHP tag, which means a PHP statement to include the header.php. So this literally means we are pulling the same header design onto every page. So if we ever update the header, it updates everywhere, super efficient. So I'll show you the header.php file as well after explaining the entire home.php file. After that, we have added a simple HR tag, which means horizontal, to visually separate the header from the main content. So this is to beautify it. Then you can see here, it's we have used this called as div classes and also rows. So this is literally building a search section. So search section. So if we go back to our design and see, this is our search section. To design this, we are coding. So let's go back and see. So here, as I told you, we have used this calls and rows as classes over here. And then we have used a few styles according to the bootstrap. Then the class is logo. Then style is inline CSS. Style the height as 60 pixels. And then again, we have used a div class. And this is so actually it starts with a bootstrap grid layout. Like we use a combination of col 12 and col LG6. Col LG6 and an offset class to control spacing and alignment across the screen sizes. So we use an offset here, this one, this line, and then inside it we have a search bar built using bootstrap's input groups like the div class, input group, then empty3, which means margin top is 3 and margin bottom is 3 to make the space visible. So we have the selections and then options. We have 3 options called all categories, mobile phones, laptops. So if you want to add more, you can give this option tags and add more as much as you want. So the input box is where users type what they're looking for. And the select drop down lets them filter by categories. Like this is a select drop down. So if I go back to the design and show you, literally we're talking about this. And this is the drop down, select drop down. So this is the place where users type what they want. And these are the categories. And once they type this, they can click the search button and then they can get the results as soon as we're done with the script.js functions and call the functions to those certain buttons or whatever the element it is. Okay, let's go back to the VS Code. Well, again, I need to go back to the design and show you the search button. So here on the right side, we have a search button styled with bootstraps BTN primary class. So back to the VS Code. So here we can see this is a search button. Okay, this is a search button, and this is the BTN primary, which is a class. So if you want, you can add any other classes you want. I wouldn't be explaining to you about this castle in this video. Maybe I'll go to the maybe I'll take this to the next video. So let's move to the most interesting part here. Displaying a product category. So actually this is a cursor, so I will be talking about this furthermore in the next video. So let's go back, let's come to here actually and see. So displaying a product category. So below the cursor, so we show a category links like, so this is the below the cursor. So this is a product display. And here we have a div class, and then inside the div section we have a link using an anchor tag. We have a link, call mobile phones, and see all. So it's followed by see all link that takes users to the full product list for that category. This makes our home page more organized, like each section focuses on a specific category. Right? So this is one of the important part of the design. So now we come to the product listing. So this is a card displayer. Back to this. So this one is known as a card. So the code here is a card displayer. So now let's talk about this product display section. This is where the real shopping happens, because this is a part where it catches the eyes of the customers. So here we are using bootstrap cards for each product. So this is a card. So for a card also we have used div sections, div classes and rows, and then again a class and a row. Then we come to the card displayer. So this is the design. Let's break it down slowly. Product image goes inside the card image top. So we have a div section separately, and then we have inserted an image. The product name, see the product name, the product price, and the stock status are displayed clearly here using H5 tags and span tags. So here this is the name of the item, and this is the status, and finally comes to the price. Then actually we have three buttons. We have three main buttons here. That is buy now, this is one button, buy now button, and then we have add to cart. So this is a card button. So here you don't see any text. It's because we have used an icon to display the card. See here, it's just a icon. It's just an icon to display the card instead of a text. So back to the VS Code. So here, the like image, like icon you saw earlier. So actually, this buy now takes you to the checkout. Then add to cart, this add to cart button adds the items to your cart. So wish list, which means the heart icon you saw earlier, so it really saves it for the later view. So we repeat the same card layout for each product. Later we can make this dynamic with PHP and a database, so products loads automatically without any footprints. So we have repeated the same process over and over again, only the difference is the image we have used. So here we can do a copy paste of this entire code by recognizing the particular div tag which we should skip, and then we can paste it over this the workspace, and then we can change the image. So I have used 8 cards here. I have repeated the same code 8 times, but the difference in those 8 codes is the image I have used. Look, see, this is Apple iPhone 12, so you can change the prices and names. I have only changed the image here just to show you how the designing works. So if you want, you can not if you want, actually you should change the image and also the details, the name of the item, the status, the price of the items. So these 3 must be changed in every code section. So I have not changed, but you should change here. So this is the design, just the home page, the beginning of the home page, and you can see I have included the footer.php at the bottom of the home.php page. So previously we saw I have included the header.php to the top, and now the footer.php to the bottom. And you can see I have added these script files as well. So then at the very end, we have linked our Bootstrap bundle and script.js files, as you can see here inside the script tags. This enables all the Bootstrap features like the carousel animation and drop-down menus. So this is an extra point I talked to you. And with everything, this is it. So this is the eShop's homepage, the half of the homepage without explaining the header and the footer for you. So so in next part of the videos, I promise to bring the clean way, like we will be making it more dynamic using PHP and MySQL. So we should be stay tuned for that. So let me explain you the header.php now, and then let's go to the footer.php and finally end the video. So header.php. Alright, so this is my header.php file. So this time we are building the top header section for our eShop web application using HTML, PHP and Bootstrap. So this is something super practical we are building. So by the end of this explanation, you will understand how to display a logged in user's name using PHP sections, and adding a drop-down menu for my eShop, and even create a contact admin model with message sections. So let's dive in. Alright, so as in previously in home.php file, in header.php as well, we are getting a basic HTML structure here with bootstraps linked in the header section. So actually these files gives our website's layout and design, like nothing too fancy yet, just setting up the base of for our headers. So next, check this out. Inside our PHP body tag, we have got some PHP magical happening. So inside the body tags, we have some PHP script as well. So inside the div tags. So here we are starting the session to remember the logged in users details. So later we're using a session to remember the users details while logging in. So if a user is signed in, we store their data inside this data variable, inside this data variable. So this is what, let's say hi username right on the header. So which means once a user is logged inside this, so within this session start, so it stores the details, the password and the email of the logged user within the rest of the scrolling or within the rest of the browsing period of time inside the web application. So we are storing it using u, right? We are taking it using u, and then we are storing this u, which means user details, as a session inside this variable called data, right? And then we are displaying it inside a span tag by giving it a class named Task06. So these are all bootstrap elements, and then we are using an hi, and then we are using this PHP tags to echo the data, the first name that's stored in this variable data, right? And then we are creating another the span tag by giving a different bootstrap elements and giving it a, so here you can see we have included, and we have called a JavaScript function. So let's see that a bit later. And then we have a user sign out text for this. So actually inside this whole PHP section, or this a PHP block, we are checking a few things. Like if the session is existing, which means if the session really exists, we greet the user and show a sign out button, right? So this is what happens here. Or else, or if not, we show a link saying sign in or register. So if somebody is already inside the homepage or inside the website, they will be seeing this tag sign out. If else, or else, they will be seeing this link sign in or register. So when they click this thing, they will be directly headed towards the sign in or sign up pages. And we have a help and contact for the help support you will be needing there. So actually this is a very practical way to make our site dynamic. Like you don't need two separate pages for sign in and guest users. Isn't it clever? It is. So all this time we literally talked about this. And now let's move to the right hand side, and you can see this is a part that comes which contains help, sell, and my eShop drop down menu. So this is my eShop drop down menu. So we'll see and code. So here we can see the sell and then my eShop. So this is the drop down. So inside the drop down we have links, my profile, my sellings, my products, watch list, purchase history, messages, contact admin. So this helps users quickly navigate through their account features, just like how Amazon or eBay have, like my account drop downs. We have an unordered list here, and inside the unordered list we have list elements, and inside the list we have uh, anchor tags, classes by using classes. These classes are bootstrap classes, and then we have an href, and finally we come here to the My Profile. Now let's go to a cool part. Now actually this is really cool. We have also added a contact admin model. Actually this pops up when the user wants to message the admin. We used bootstrap model structures and styled it very nicely. Eye-catching there. So it even shows a sample conversation, like one message received and one sent. Let's click it out. So here we have used a div section and named it like given a class called model, an ID called contact admin, and then we have so we have a span class. Inside the span class we have the text is white, then font weight is bold, so font size is 4. So here, hello there, we have added a text here. Then inside another div class we have date and the time. So, and of course at the bottom we have a send text box and send button, so users can send their messages directly. So this is such a creative way to make this look eye-catching. So finally at the bottom, don't forget to connect your JavaScript files. This is where we all write the code for the sign out button and other actions. So literally the footer comes to an end with the JavaScript file being added to the header.php file. So this is how the whole header section works together. Like HTML gives a structure, bootstraps give the style, and PHP really adds a smart brain behind it. Right? So now let's go to the footer.php and see how we have created or designed the footer of this web page as well. So I already showed you our footer. This is the footer you can see. So actually this footer will be the perfect finishing touches for your project. So we'll add our brand description, social media icons and contact informs and etc. all neatly styled. So actually now let's see how the code has been done for this. Back to the VS Code and you can see this is my footer.php file. So as usual we have started with our HTML boilerplate, like nothing fancy, just HTML head and body tags. Then inside the head we have linked bootstrap.css and bootstrap icons, so that we have connected bootstrap layout and bootstrap icons with those cute little social media symbols we'll use later, right? And now we are creating the footer. Now let's get back to the creating of the footer section. Now inside our body tag we have got our footer tag with some bootstrap classes applied, right? So I'm gonna break this down for you. So BG, black stands for the background color black, then text white, so which means the background of this footer section should be black, and the text, whatever the text we're including inside the footer tag, should be white. Then PB stands for padding bottom 5 and padding top is 4. So this is the basic structure how the footer has been created. So basically this gives our footer a breathing room, like adding this padding bottom and padding top really gives our footer a little bit of space so that it looks so spacious. Like now inside our footer we have created a grid layout using Bootstrap's low rows and column system. So these are literally Bootstrap rows and column systems. So there are 4 main columns here: the brand description, like about the e-shop, the brand description about the e-shop, the copyright, and the social media icons, right? And then the contact informations finally. So this is a copyright, and these are the contact details. So if you want, you can change them any ways you want. So this layout looks great on all the screen sizes because Bootstraps automatically adjusts the columns using col, MD, then col LG, etc. Likewise. So to make this responsive, use Bootstrap grid system. So on mobile devices, everything stacks neatly, and on desktop, it's spread across one line. So now let's go to the band description as the first section as we talked about, right? So here, this is a brand blocks. So we have this name called eShop, so you can change this as you want. And we use a text uppercase to make the title all caps. This uppercase we use to show that to all upper caps, all caps. Text warning to give it that goldish yellow color. These are classes of bootstraps. Then MB for spacing. MB stands for margin bottom. For spacing. And then we have used a paragraph or a P tag, and we have used a text. Here we are the eShop.lk to support you for accomplish your desire by selling high quality products. So then we have added a short brand description as I told you. So super important to give professionality to your footer. So we add this description to add a professionalism to our footer. And then we are coming here. This is copyright section. So this is a simple copyright section I have added to make this look a bit professional. Professionalism and ownership of our website will be shown using this copyright section. And here these classes, we have used a UL class to display, to list down the social media icons we are using. So here we have used a simple unordered list. So each I tag represents an icon from Bootstrap. Okay, each I section, I tag represents an icon from Bootstrap icons file, and they are all styled with a little font size of 22 pixels. Actually not too big, just 22 pixels. Like if you want to display them very hugely, you can give it a high value. If not, give it a small value. Just perfect. Like these icons makes our website feel alive and connected to the world. So here this is a Facebook icon, and here this is a Twitter, and then we have the WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and then YouTube. So finally we come to our contact details. So here to design the contact details, to weave the contact details, we're using a different div section, right? So that it won't look messed up together. So that we can weave our, so the reason actually why we use different div tags is to display them very neatly. Like imagine we have everything collapsed together, pasted up together, that's really a mess, right? To weave things organizedly, we use div tags, including classes. So here, this is the final column of our contact section. We have used H5 and then text upper class, text warning, and MB4. So as I told you to make this look breathtaking and also to give the text a breathing, which means space. The contacts, and then Each line uses a small icon in front. See, we have used p tags here. So inside p tags, we have used I tags by giving different classes from bootstraps. So if I show the design, you can see these icons. So each text has an icon. So these icons are from the bootstrap icon file, right? So this is the house icon, and this is at icon, then this is a telephone icon, a print icon. See, house fill for the address, at for the email, telephone fill for the phone, printer fill for the fax. This gives a very professional, trustworthy look. So basically, we add icons not only to beautify it, but also to add a professionalism to the website. So finally, we have added an HR line at the bottom. This HR line represents a horizontal line at the bottom of our separation, and wrapped everything nicely inside our row and column system. Now that we have completed the footer, it's actually responsive, clean and elegant. Perfect for any website, any business website, especially for our eShop project. So like this, we can literally design a very responsive footers, a responsive home pages, a responsive headers, following this method, following Bootstrap grid system, to make any website, literally any website, eShops, then maybe it could be a tech website, a bakery website, any kind of website, much professional and also much responsive. So, and here we have it. Finally, with all these code lines, we have a perfect home page, including a perfect header and perfect products, and with a perfect footer. So we just built a fully responsive and stylish homepage just on using HTML Bootstrap, then PHP. So this is all for today's video. Thank you so much.